Hey everybody, it's Danny Loves Planning, and guess what? I'm so super excited to release this brand new planner. Now, some of you may or may not know, and it's been a while since I've been on my page, so let me just share. I do have a business called Cubicle Connections, and Cubicle Connections is focused on building leaders, executive coaching, administrative assistance, and support and training for professional development. Now, last year, I released the very first planner, and it was focused on administrative assistants because, for the most part, they handle chaos on a daily basis. However, this year I decided, you know what? Administrative assistants are not the only ones that handle chaos management or are chaos managers, but really it's the entrepreneur that's managing multiple businesses, their home, their life, whatever, their pets, whatever it may be, right? It's the student who's taking on a full schedule of classes this year and are trying to get through their studies. It's the person who works a full-time job, comes home and either takes care of a family, their parents, themselves. There's multiple levels and versions of chaos managers. So one thing that we do know is that even though there's multiple versions of a chaos manager, something that's very similar in every situation is that you do have to handle everything that comes your way. Several things come your way, and you have to be the one that's in order. And in order to do that, there's certain organizational things that have to be put in place so that when things are thrown your way, you can just catch it and keep moving. And because of that, I have created the 2024 Chaos Manager Planner. Now, with this planner is for anyone who manages multiple things, wears multiple hats, and has to be the hub of all the information, right? You're the one who everyone comes to, that you're the one who knows where the birthdays are, when the party is, what time it is. You're the one who is responsible for remembering everything. And in order to do that, again, there are certain organizational tips that I chose to share in this planner because I feel like you can totally manage chaos successfully. There's just certain tips that need to be put in place, right? So let's go ahead and get into a flip through of this planner. Now, this is actually my planner. So when you look at this planner, of course, it has the metal disc. These obviously do not come with this. This will be an upgrade. The plastic discs come with this, as well as this cover. This cover I have used for a long time. So you can see it's kind of worn. The covers don't come with it either. It's just the planner, right? But of course, if you wanted to upgrade to having the cover, you definitely could purchase it yourself, or you could purchase it through us. So either way, starting out, of course, we're going to have this planner belongs to, and we write in your name here. So just a little place right there. What I have kept, if you were aware of the planner last year, is I like to color. Me personally, I like to color. And so I keep these black and white flowers because even as you are decorating your planner, you can also spend some time coloring. It's very soothing. I put on some nice, quiet instrumental music and just get to planning away, and it's just a vibe, okay? So the next thing that you have is going to be a letter from me that basically just says what this planner is all about. There's also some information, so if you want to follow Cubicle Connections on Instagram or social media, on LinkedIn, you definitely can. And there's just a little bit of information because I want you to get started in how to use this planner, all right? Then you will see that there is the 2024 year at a glance. And then you will also, and I'm going to jump to February because I already put my information, of course, in January, is you will see at the end of every month, at the beginning of every month, there's going to be a monthly plans. So Beautiful handwriting. There's an area over here. This is very, very, very basic in color, blue, black, white, gray, right? So that you can choose how you want to decorate your planner. I'll tell you, there have been several times when I have purchased very colorful planners and I've hardly ever made it through the end of the year with them, just because I feel like the colors are already set. So then my colors have to match, or I'm covering up so many different items because I don't want it to be pink and purple. I want it to be a different color, you know. So I have definitely retained the practice of just making it very neutral in color, black, white, gray, and then you can choose to add whatever color you want, along with, of course, coloring these areas if you prefer, if you like to color, and I do, again, like I said. So you have your monthly plans page. It's going to be in front of every month. You have a place where you can put important dates and then also reminders. And then, you know, there's certain things that you have to do in the month, right? Like maybe a birthday is coming up, or your car registration, or whatever it may be. So things that have to be done for that month, there's an area here that's a monthly to-do list, right? Just these things must be done this month, right? And then when you're starting out that month, you'll not only have this monthly, but you'll also have a tip, right? So each one of the dividers is going to be different styles. Again, we're talking about entrepreneurs, we're talking about CEOs, we're talking about students, we're talking about administrative assistants, single moms, married moms, single women that are looking to be married or not, or whatever it may be. It's all different women that are saying, I handle, and even men, I handle a lot of different things and I want to keep them all in place. And this is how I'm going to do it. So one of the tips, the January tip actually, and I'll go back here. The January tip was use that calendar, basically explaining why it's really important to use your calendar as your admin. Use your calendar as something to remind you of things that are happening. And of course, when we say calendar, we're speaking about even your own digital calendar, if you have an iPhone or whatever, and then also your planner, of course, right? So there's a tip here. And then when you are done at the end of the month, there is a reflection area. So in this reflection area, according to the tip that you had before, so in January is use your calendar. The question is, what actions did you take to decrease chaos this month by using your calendar, right? And then what were some of the outcomes of as a result of these actions? So when you read that you can use your calendar as an admin, when you begin to do that throughout the month, take some time to reflect, if you like, to say this actually really worked, or maybe it did. And then you can always send me an email, right? info@cubicleconnections.com, so that you can get additional tips. Or if there's something that you had questions about, you can always ask. So that's how the month works out. And I'll show you what the layouts look like out in February, because I haven't started February yet. So again, monthly plans, important dates, reminders, monthly to-do list, plenty of space for you to put the to-do list here. These are blocked out so that you'll have some area to put that there. Beautiful script, right? And then you have for February, it's write it all down. So it talks about how it's important to write everything down and not really depend on your brain to remember everything, right? Beautiful coloring here. So let's look at the monthly breakdown. And there's a few things on here, but not too much. So plenty of space, right? You're continuing that script all across right here. Very beautiful, right? Plenty of space for you to be able to put in your information, and then really staying focused on the month at a glance, right? Being able to have a lot of space to put everything there. You have a space for reminders over here. So if you have an additional reminders from what you had on the monthly prep page, and then you have a little area for notes here. Now, when you flip over to your week, your week is laid out a little differently this year. So this year we're putting notes down at the bottom here. Again, we're keeping that same script all throughout. So just beautiful, beautiful, right? So you have your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday on this side. And then you're getting ready for the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And you have a next week prep area, and you also have a to-do list area. So we've made the to-do list and the next week prep much bigger than it was last year, just because there's so many different things that you might have to write down. You want to have a little more space. As I was going through it, I was realizing I just want a little bit more space. And so I made sure that that happened this year. So you're going to have that. This, of course, is a dated calendar. So then you'll look at March. It's going to be create a to-do list, and they'll have notes there. And this is talking about not just a regular to-do list, but a strategic to-do list. And you'll read more about that. And so then you have March here. Then you also have April, which talks about developing habits. You have May, which talks about setting high standards. You have April. You have, May. And then you have June, which talks about building relationships and kind of touches on networking and getting help. Then you also have going into that same kind of flow is delegation is great. So really being able to get help when you're working on stuff, because when you are the chaos manager, there are things that can be delegated, and it's wonderful because you have to keep the main thing. So then you go into August, where it's no procrastination. And then you have September, where it's preparation. You also have October, which is avoid distraction. So you'll see the other thing about this is this paper is beautiful, very thick paper. And definitely you don't have to worry about bleeding, right, when you're writing. So that's very important. I'm a paper stickler. So this is October, talking about avoiding distractions. Then in November, stop multitasking. I know. Some people are going to say, wait, nothing's wrong with multitasking. But the truth of the matter is there is. Because when you're multitasking, you're literally dividing yourself in multiple quadrants in order to do the work. So it's better to just take time, focus, get it done, and then move on to the next task. But we'll talk about that in November. And then in December, getting prepared for the next year, we have SMART goals. So each one, again, has a tip for that. And then you also have some space in the back for annual goals. And so if you wanted to write out your goals, you definitely could. There's a space here for 5 goals. Now, the way that the goals are written out, again, keeping that same script here for the title, you're going to write out your goal here. So this is on the second one. So goal 2 here, your goal deadline, and then also quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4 milestones. And so at least you would know throughout the year, are you meeting that milestone? And then in the goal outcome, you'll write down what happened as the outcome for that goal, right? And then you also have a few trackers in the back. And there is, and I wrote already, the events of the year, as well as a master meeting tracker, and then your expense tracker. And this, for sure, you could switch back and forth if you wanted to, and just turn it around where it wouldn't be the gold, but just the stripes, if you wanted to do that. So that is our 2024 Chaos Manager Planner. Again, this planner is for anyone who says, you know what? I wear so many hats and I have to keep so many things in order, and I'm trying to figure out how to do that. And if there are different organizational tips, I would love to have them. This is going to be very helpful. It's a different perspective. They're standard organizational tips, but different perspectives on how to do it. Again, talking about a to-do list and having a strategic to-do list versus just writing down a bunch of tasks that you believe that you're going to do. And then when you don't get them done, then you're beating yourself up, right? So I hope that you will definitely go to www.cubicleconnections.com so that you can purchase your own 2024 Chaos Manager Planner and be able to just glean from these tips that are in here, as well as check us out for training and professional development and workshops that are coming up as well. And if you want one-on-one training, I can help you with that as well. But I wanted to share with my planner community first so that you all are aware of the planner that is out now. All right. I hope to see you guys soon, and take a look on my YouTube as well as I start showing you some plan with me's with this Chaos Manager Planner. All right. See you again. Bye.